Okay. Testing, testing. We're gonna do the countdown one more time just to see how many views we can get in here. I didn't realize I was muted the whole time. Okay, you know what? We're going to restart this entire stream. I really apologize. That was horrible of me. So we're going to do this one more time. Apologies for the technical difficulties. This is now the real stream. The other one was muted because I'm... Anyways, this is our observed sounding from the National Weather Service in Wilmington, where they released a balloon into the air. There is no instability there, but with daytime heating, you can get a little bit more instability. But our shear is definitely there. Now, in this situation, I would not get myself worked up about this because earlier today we had all that rain, and that definitely helped to stabilize the atmosphere. However, there is a chance for maybe a severe storm or two. And because of something I am observing, maybe, and again, this is very, 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 very slim of a chance, but maybe a spin-up, small tornado. Again, if there's a warning, you'll get it on my Instagram. Don't worry. But it's a very small chance at that. Now we can look at our severe weather risk for today and tomorrow. This is tomorrow's risk. And we have a severe weather index of 2 out of 5. 1 to 2 out of 5. Today, for the rest of tonight, we have a severe weather index of 1 to 2 out of 5. Tornado risk is definitely on the lower end. Not 0, but it is on the lower end. But you go down to Arkansas and they're talking about a pretty serious situation. There may be some bad tornadoes on the ground now. I haven't been able to check because I was setting up this stream. But we can look at other things that I have observed. Here is the observed conditions, if I can load them. Sorry, this stream is a disaster. That's my fault. We can look at the visible satellite, and nothing's visible. You want to know why that is? Because it's nighttime. Anyways, moving on. Our surface observations. We have our temperature at around 51, but the dew points is also at 51. So it's right around the saturation level for clouds to develop. So, I mean, that's obvious. It's been cloudy all day. But we do have the potential for multiple storms to move in tonight. And we could have a severe thunderstorm or two. We can look at our jet stream. First, we're going to look at a little higher up at the 500 millibar. And there might be a little bit of a short wave, right? It's hard to really see it, but you look at northern Illinois, southern Indiana, or not southern Indiana, northern Indiana, and you see that little dip in those lines. That could be what's called a short wave, and that could cause storms to pop up. However, there are other conditions that are not making it so easy. We're going to go a little lower at the 700 millibar, and there's a very obvious short wave that you could see it from Missouri into Illinois. So yeah, that's a pretty obvious short wave. That's what you call a short wave trough. Now we're going to look at the shear real quick, or at least this is the estimated shear at this point. So you can see our photographs, they don't look too bad for anything crazy to happen. However, there might be an isolated development of a thunderstorm or two that could get severe. Now, the reason why I'd say our tornado risk is lower is because there is nearly no low-level instability. So this is the 3-kilometer instability or CAPE. As you can see, it down to our south, even towards southern Kentucky, there's a little bit of it, but not much. And then the blue is what you call vorticity. And where those two come together, you can get problems. So 6 hours from now, it gets into Indiana a little bit, still outside the area, the viewing area, or the coverage area, my bad. But we do have vorticity. But again, without that low-level instability, it's going to be really hard to get anything to happen more towards the ground level. So it would be elevated storms. So that would be more of a hail and straight line wind risk, if anything severe at all. But the one thing that does have me concerned is on the HRRR forecast model. Again, this is a simulation, so this isn't the end-all be-all. The storm could be in a completely different place, or it may not even be there at all. However, I'm looking on the radar and it looks like something is developing in that spot. So it's this. So you see how isolated this storm is behind the line that we're going to be talking about later. That's what I'm more worried about. But as you could see, this storm's got me concerned. And it moves more and more into the area. And it's got that, what looks to be a hail core on it. It could be a supercell. Well, it is going to be a supercell. But I don't know the exact threats at this point. It just depends on how much low-level instability we get. Then after that, we have this line moving in. And that's about it. But we can already look and see in India. Oh, okay. Well, the severe thunderstorm warning for Indianapolis has since expired, so that's good news. And even it seems like the tornado situation more to the south of us is leveling out too. However, it may ramp up soon because the low-level jet's going to kick in, and that could really get the shear going. But again, there is a chance of maybe a severe thunderstorm tonight. Tornado risk is very low, very, very low. Not zero. It's not impossible for if enough low-level instability sneaks up for something to happen at the lower levels. However, again, tornado risk is very, very low because of the lack of low-level instability. Now, I'm going to go ahead and check out another forecast model. This is called the RAV, just so I can get some soundings, so I can really get a look at what the instability will look like. That's a little bit high. Yeah, that's something. That's something to keep an eye on. And this is, oh, this is in the morning. Like, this is well after the isolated.